I would now like to invite Mr. Mirza Ali to speak on motor performance, future of the current past.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for your presence today. So today I will be covering the motor performance and breaking it down into 4 different segments. First of all, I will go with the current situation of the market as per how the motor portfolio performed over the last 3 years, 4 years, and then we'll move into some of the hot topic of the today, that how Chinese and EV vehicles are performing in the market, because they, as Ali showed as well, that there's a huge influx of these vehicles in the market over the past 2-3 years. Then we'll move into the how we are doing the pricing and how we should do the pricing in this region compared to the other regions. And then few slight touch base on the how AI is implemented in the current insurance market as of now. So moving ahead, currently, if you see that this 5.9 billion in 2023 to 2024, there is a significant increase, you can see, but overall market is only 13% motor compared to the overall GWP for the industry. And if we look at the breakdown of this, majority of this is covered by this comprehensive business. Just to clarify the CP and TP terminology, the CP is referred to comprehensive and TP for third party throughout the presentation. So just clarifying that point. And if you look at the exposure point of view, again, in the recent years, significant chunk is covered by the comprehensive segment. And as far as covered with the business type, it's similar over the past. We are heavily occupied with the saloon and the 4-wheel drive in the segment. Then rest of them is hardly taking 10 to 15% of the overall business. Again, agency and on the recent year, what we have seen that agencies proportion is spiking up, and why? What is the reason for this? That this is majority because of the new vehicles which are insured and a high cost for the old vehicle, and the cost difference between the new and old, people shifting towards the new vehicle rather than keeping in the old one. That is one of the reasons the new vehicles are already insured by the agencies. And once we go into the tariff section, we'll see also the difference between the agency rate and non-agency, and how agency rates are shifting the overall tariff on the higher side. So if you look at the third-party business mix, it's more or less similar to over here. We have the pickup and light vehicle a bit more than the comprehensive because of their nature of work usage. That's why they go with the third party rather than having the comprehensive business. If you look at the overall average tariff and the burning cost for the comprehensive, the 2024 Q1 and Q2 are impacted by the few chunk of floods. So in April and February, there are 2 instances where we have seen the spike over there. However, if we see that after the flood, the rates are still increasing, and they are on the high level compared to over the last 2 years. And again, that high increase, as I mentioned, that if you look at the difference between the agency and non-agency, the tariff average tariff between agency and non-agency is a significant difference between them, almost 2 to 3 times higher than what we have seen than overall level. And in the third party, if you see again, burning costs is again similar on a similar level to compare to the 2022, but tariff is again in an increasing trend. In both cases, in both comprehensive and third party, the difference is majority because of the expense and the commission ratios, and companies with the low expense ratios are making profit over there, and that's how then when they are reducing the rate because of their margin towards that, then here we can enter into the price war situation in these cases. So, sorry. And then if you look at the frequency and severity, and just to mention that 2025 Q1 is referring to the recent pricing exercise which we have done over the period. So there overall the frequency is, apart from the Q2, we have on a similar range for the last 2-3 quarters. And for third party, again, since it's a reported loss ratio, we have not incorporated the impact of IBNR and the recent quarter impacts. So that's why we are seeing a bit dip in the recent quarter, but overall, we have in the similar 7 to 8% range for the recent periods. And this is on an annual level. And as I mentioned about the expense ratios and the overall level, if you see then the comprehensive, this 113% is included the flood losses. And apart from that, if you see that average chunk we have used, they have 16% of the expense ratios and 12% of the commission ratio for Ismail. So where the companies have some margin over there, they are playing a bit more on a price reduction basis. Similar in case in the third party level. Third party is performing a bit good compared to the comprehensive, but again, the major market is covered by the comprehensive. So one of my question over here is, what type of vehicle currently you guys are having, or in either case you're driving those vehicles? Sorry for that. Okay. Okay, as expected. Very less. Can you add one for me in the Chinese? So, okay. So overall majority of the participants are having non-Chinese vehicle, but for those who have the Chinese or EV vehicle, they might have the interest in the next few slides. Okay, so can you go back? So then. Okay, so as already you have seen this slide before, so I will not go very much in detail in this one. So we have the major portion in the 9% and 12% market is captured by the Chinese vehicle, and if you see that majority of them is Jetour, Geely, and MG. MG and SEAT is combined over here. So these are, and recently in the recent year, 40,000 vehicles are sold for the only Chinese vehicle. And as I was saying that the new vehicles are coming in more often now in the market, that's why the agency rates are getting higher, and overall average tariff is going up as well. So this is one of the analysis we have done for few of the major brands over there. So if you look at this, the yellow line is basically referring to the average, and we take the sum assured band up to 250K. So basically the maximum sum assured we have for the Chinese vehicle. So the yellow line is referring to the average burning cost for the non-Chinese make comparative. If you see the difference between two, and few of them are lying between that, and the rest were like Brilliance and on the TP side, if you see that is because of the low exposure. So overall, there is a high burning cost over there. What is the reason for this? If you can see that this high, they are with the high severity over the market and frequency over the past 2 years. Previously, if you can ignore because of the low exposure, but recently you have the high exposure compared to the overall. If you look at this severity, average severity for the vehicles, we have the majority of them are surpassing those. And if you look at the frequency for those similar vehicles, we still have the higher frequency for those similar type of vehicles. And if you look at those, sorry, I missed that. Those were for sedan, and this was for the 4x4. And 4x4, we have a few good ones, but still they are on a higher side, majority of them. And especially if you look at the majority portion, that Jetour and SEAT and the Chang'an, these are the main ones, which we have seen previously as well. They have the higher burning cost over the period. Same reason for this one. They have this one. Another main reason is that they don't have the better salvage values over the for the vehicles, for the Chinese vehicle compared to the other one. So that is one of the other reasons. That's why we have the higher cost in the market. We are not seeing more often that it is listed on any digital channel. But yes, once you have registered, the companies call you, and then they will give you the higher quote that if you want, then we can put you, but it is not available online. So, and it is and this is the frequencies. If you look at the average frequency, severity, and then the frequency for this one. So I will just quickly go through them. As I already mentioned, they are still on a higher side. But before going into the electric motor, what we need to do, we need to do the competitive pricing for these one. And since they are more influx for these Chinese vehicle in the market, in future, like few of them, like the major portion, like Geely, Jetour, they are building up their infrastructure over their supply chain management and building up, so that in future they are one of the big players in the market. So we cannot take them like lightly in this way, that we can only charge higher and then insure them. In future, they will be one of the more competitive market in this region. If you go on the electric vehicle, for electric vehicle, what we have done, we have compared the same brands with the average, most of the known brands are also having the EV vehicles as well. So we compare with them one by one. So for those vehicles, those brands who are making EV as well, they have their running costs compared to the non-EV brands. So if you look at this in the comprehensive side, few of the brand are higher. If you look at the Tesla, that is the known brand, but as per our database and exposure, it is not as far as good looking as compared to the other brands. So this is one of the reasons why we have put it over there. And if you look at the burn cost for the third party level, I've just the third party level, as compared to comprehensive, third party has a major deviation between the EV makes and non-EV makes for and the difference in the average is also visible for this one. Same case for the severity, we have high severity. And this is for the severity, for this is all going for sedan. Just going for quickly for this one. And if you look at the 4x4, again the same scenario we can see that for the 4x4 as well, apart from few rest of their EV makes are having a high burning cost compared to the non-EV makes. Then the reasons of these impact need to be identified rather than just making the loadings and because of this, and we need to say which segment, which area we need to focus to make this like feasible to price those kind of vehicles. What are the main reasons, which we will discuss in the later part of the slide. I'm just going a bit quick for these slides, so just you can have a look on the third party level as well. We have a significant deviation in these ones. Okay. Now as I said that we have to look into one of the other questions which I have, what current pricing methodologies you are using? पीछे वाला Okay, so I will consider this a majority on the left side. Those who are already went through GLM or any advanced machine learning, that's good for them. That is a better way to to have the competitive rate in the market rather than just going on a market competition and running costs. level. We'll discuss this a bit further again. So go back. Okay. So this is one of the scenario. I just put it on a screen. So just look at that one. Nahi aa raha. Just look at that one and just think over it. What will you do in that scenario? Because as per that, I know that majority of you are using the burning cost method. So based on that, what will you do in the because you have charging 3900 and this is the scenario. So you can see on your इसमें wait करो. Okay. 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 Fine. So based on that, the majority of you will be increasing the rate. But what if I change the scenario a bit and add another factor in this one, which is age? And based on that, the scenario will change. If you look at that, if you increase the rate from this segment, then the segment for age 26 to 31 and 31 to 36 will be impacted. You will be charging more, which shouldn't be the case. So you have to add the more factor as you want to know the which segment you have to increase, not all the segments you have to. Right now, currently, if you're doing the one-way analysis, you will be looking at only, and if I go a bit on further to another factor, which is vehicle age, you can see that the segments differently behaving differently. And maybe some of the segment, which is a general market sentiment, that should be the higher rate, will not performing well in your segment. If you go by the market sentiments, where some of them have mentioned market competitive, then you can target a better way in the market based on your portfolio performance and what type of vehicle you are rating. So now, what another question for you guys? Sorry for asking too much for you guys, from you. Okay. So how many rating factors as of now you are using, while even in a burning cost level, how many factors you are using for pricing? Okay, okay, good. Okay, good. 7. But in the recent, okay, go on. Okay, so 7 factor you are doing, but it's good those who are using more. But in the other region, like in KSA, the regulator had fixed it to up to 13 factors, and now they are moving up to increase it to up to 20 to 25 factors. So the more you increase the factor, you have more visibility on your portfolio data set, how it's performing at which segment you can specifically target, which area, which make, model, make. I have added few of the factors which you can add in the like make, model, age, and the safety, which is this, which are vehicle level factors. There are many more in this area as well, like driver wage, like license age. License age is one of the factors which we usually see that the more driving experience has better in the performance than the recent drivers. So there are few factors which I just mentioned. There are many more over there. You can add this to make the performance. And for those who are doing burning cost analysis, want to go towards GLM, they need to capture that more data. You have the data, but you're not capturing rightly. Data is the new oil in this market. So you don't want to leak it. You have to make it capitalized for this one. So now we are at the burning cost method. We need to move toward the most generalized methods, which is GLM as in the market as of now. But once we have done with this one, we have more sophisticated data set, then we can move toward the more machine learning approaches so that we can have the advanced pricing methodology. But right now we are currently at this level. So what is why we are more focusing on the GLM or other factors? Because they are multicularity between the factors. We are looking at the one-way analysis of the things that how this is performing, as I mentioned shown before, that how the addition of the factor change your perspective towards the strategy towards. So underwriters, and we'll be looking at the one-way side. Then when you have the different factors, then you have the different opinion over that. Similarly, the advantages that the GLM will have over the burning cost, they will incorporate all these anomalies and all the different factor-wise analysis, so that gives you a better picture that which segment need to be charged how much, not on a single level layer that, okay, if there's whatever the age factor you have, you can charge similarly. So these kind of things you can manipulate over this. One addition, since I am talking about the AI and advanced method of using, it's not only for the pricing. You can add this on a different segments across the company. It's not only about the pricing level. So if you look at these different segment, every segment have something to incorporate around AI in the current market. So just one last question, then I'm done with it. That how much you are currently into this? Okay. So yeah, it's progressing, but yes, still the progress, how much it is progressing, we have to see. Okay, just for example, and how it will help you. Like for example, if in a case of an accident, then AI recognition, how it will help you that AI will, you can avoid the cost, you can reduce the cost. Then which segment need to be? You don't need to send the person to check what level of claims need to be addressed and which segment need to be replaced. So you can check, because we have the significant data, so that machine learning and AI can help you out to build this one. So just to explain this, how that can be happen, I have just short video of 2 minutes. If we have 2 minutes, yeah, we can. So just we can see that. So then after that I can close.
No. It's just construction. That's all. No. I'm not driving.
Are you okay?
Yeah, you?
I'm good.
Oh, no, not you. Listen, I'm gonna have to call my agent. I'm gonna get
Burton?
right back to you.
Mr. Burton, this is Insure Corp. We've received sensor data that indicates you were in an accident. Are you injured in any way?
I'm not injured, no.
Is anyone else injured?
I don't believe so.
Okay, where's my agent's number?
We have pinpointed your location, and we are showing your car is not drivable. So we are dispatching an Uber car to take you to your destination.
That would be great.
I'm pressing 1. English. E-N-G-L-I, English.
May we give your coordinates to our appraiser drone to perform the appraisal?
Absolutely.
We have received the photos, assessed the damage, authorized the repair, selected a qualified repair facility, and have dispatched a tow truck to take your vehicle to that facility.
Perfect.
Yes, hi, this is... Yes, I'll hold.
We have looked up the other vehicle's insurance, transmitted the appropriate data to create the claim, and filed the California SR1 accident report. Can you confirm the information is correct on your phone, then hit the accept button?
I'll check it right now. Okay, all done.
Thank you. Your Uber car is arriving now.
I see it coming.
Accident, not payment. Accident.
Your tow truck should be there now. Don't forget to leave your keys in the vehicle. Thank you for using InsureCorp, powered by Pivotal Labs.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Hope you have enjoyed it.